Welcome to the Motown India show. We know Maruti Suzuki is the largest car manufacturer in India, but did you know they are going to become the largest crushers of cars too? Maruti Suzuki Toyotsu India Private Limited has got into the business of recycling and scrapping old vehicles. Yes, the end of vehicle life comes here. And we have here with us Akasha-san, and he's going to tell us a little bit about this business. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, this is what a final car looks like.
Yes.
How long does it take for it to become a bundle like that?
Let's say that once we receive that as an end-of-life vehicle, it takes, let's say, 180 minutes. We process, dismantle, taking out all of the hazardous waste, etc., proper way taking out. We taking out all other material. Finally, just the steel become this way.
Maruti Suzuki Toyotsu India Private Limited is a 50-50 joint venture between Maruti Suzuki India Limited and Toyota Tsusho Group. The vehicle scrapping and recycling unit is based out of Noida in the state of Uttar Pradesh on the outskirts of Delhi. If your old personal petrol vehicles have lived their complete lives of 15 years or your diesel vehicles have done 10 years in Delhi NCR, then you have no choice but to scrap it. But if you have managed to sell your vehicles before their end of lives to places outside Delhi NCR where one can extend the registration after an automated fitness test, then it's a different story. But in this video, we are not getting into the nitty-gritties of the scrapping policy per se. Rather, we are going to tell you about the scrapping and recycling processes. A few years back, scrapping a vehicle was undertaken primarily in the unorganized sector all over the country. For example, Delhi's Mayapuri area was one such place where vehicles of all kinds were stripped, cut and recycled. The business employed hundreds and thousands of workers who were greatly talented, no doubt, but paid little or no heed to disposing of vehicle parts in an eco-friendly, safe and hygienic manner. Oil, gas, metal, plastic, etc. that were part of any scrapped vehicle were dangerously handled and disposed of, causing great harm to the environment and to the people handling it. The entire scrappage business was considered shady and unethical to a great extent. But all that changed when the government clamped down on the unorganized sector. But even today, people trust their local mechanics when it comes to scrapping their end-of-life vehicles. Indian consumers have for long been used to the unorganized sector.
Yes.
And I have been to one of them where manually you're stripping a car, the oil is spilling on the floor. This process, I realize, is quite hygienic, quite legal.
Yes.
So what do you have to say about that? Everything is done in a very meticulous, very safe way.
Yeah. So as you mentioned, that is we are, as you know, our company name is Maruti Suzuki Toyotsu. We are originated from the automotive OEM. So we are so consciousness about that 100% risk-free for the environment. So we're taking everything in proper way, and we come to the final product. This is going to the steel mill directly. So I think our characteristic thing is the customer, individual, doesn't worry about anything about that pollution risk. That is our, I think, our process.
Let's assume your vehicle has reached its end of life. Rather than dumping it in front of your house and thereby contributing to the environmental mess or giving it off to a local mechanic, it's best you approach some of the established Government of India approved end-of-life vehicle scrapping and recycling units. Maruti Suzuki Toyotsu India Private Limited or MSTI was established on 22nd October 2019. Headquartered in New Delhi, MSTI has set up its first vehicle scrapping and recycling unit in Noida. MSTI is setting up one more facility in Gujarat and will set up more such facilities across the country later. The 10,993 square meter facility has a capacity to scrap and recycle over 24,000 end-of-life vehicles or ELVs annually. Built with an investment of over Rs 44 crore, the facility uses modern and technologically advanced machines to dismantle and scrap ELVs in a scientific manner.
Okay, a car has a lot of parts and substances inside it.
Yes.
You have gases, you've got oils, you've got seats, you've got wires. Do you keep them, or what do you do with all of that?
Let's say that is a majority of the material. Let's say more than 98% that we recycle it. We're taking out the copper, we're taking out the sheet, we're taking out, let's say, other aluminum material, steel, everything we go to recycle. So in viewpoint of the weight-wise, let's say it's more than 98% now we are recycling that. Other material going to the authorized disposal company by government.
Let's begin with the procedure. One needs to recycle an ELV. Dealerships and individuals keen to dispose of their ELVs can check into the company's website www.msti.co.in or call a dedicated call center 1800-419-3530.
So is this entire process of recycling a car or disposing of one car, is it an easy process for an individual? Suppose I had an old car which was more than 15 years old. Is it easy for me to?
Yeah, just very easy. Just call us. So we have a homepage, etc. Just communicate. Our receptionist will be taking care of it. The customer just need to have some of the required document. That's all. Other than that, we taking care of everything. We pick up from the customers. We process, we provide all of the required destruction certificate, etc. Very easy process for the customers.
The vehicle is transferred to the MSTI campus where the initial documentation and inspection of vehicle is done. It's checked for harmful material and gases, post which the process of pre-treatment and depollution begins, wherein any toxic gas is removed, oil is drained out, and the innards, including the seats, tires, batteries, etc., are taken out. The dismantling of the vehicle is done as per international best practices. The scrap gathered is segregated and stored outside. The entire process ends with the ELV shell being compressed into a bale for easy storage and transportation. MSTI officials claim the company recycles as much as 98% of the ELV. While the compressed steel shell is sent to steel mills and smelters by the company directly, the rest of the parts are sold to those government-approved outlets dealing with the scrapped parts. MSTI hopes that ELVs are routed through the company where everything is handled professionally, from purchase to dismantling and recycling of the vehicle. The company has disposed of around 120 vehicles to date, where vehicle owners have been paid anywhere between Rs 25,000 to Rs 80,000 for their scrapped vehicles. It's time for every responsible Indian to approach institutions like MSTI when it comes to scrapping their ELVs.